Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's installment of the Aspect of the Week video. This week, I have got a sign change that I want to focus on. So instead of an aspect forming between two planets, what I'm going to touch on is one planet moving into a new sign and just talk a little bit about what that might mean and what you can expect. So the planet that I'm looking at this week is the Sun, which is moving into Aries. This will happen on Saturday, March 20th, and this is going to form the Equinox. So the Sun moving into any one of the four cardinal signs, Cancer, Aries, Libra, or Capricorn, does create a seasonal change, or marks a seasonal change, I should say, in the natural world. So we're shifting from the 3 months of winter into the 3 months of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, where I'm from, in Australia, and all the other countries, all the other wonderful countries in the Southern Hemisphere, they are shifting from the end of summer into the start of autumn. So the Sun moving into Aries is a little bit significant for those reasons, but it's also important just from a purely astrological perspective, because here we get a planet moving into a position or a sign of dignity. So the Sun coming into Aries is exalted here. And so we're going to see a strengthening or vitalizing of some things in our lives. Now, from a general perspective, having a planet come into a place of rulership or exaltation also lets us know there's just a little bit more of that stabilizing potential emanating from the astrological cosmos, which can translate into an increase in kind of stabilizing, secure, or consistent situations in our lives as a general tone. So there's that side of the Sun moving into Aries as well. But of course, we are talking about the Sun changing signs, and that does bring us into a new season, the Aries season. And so the next 4 weeks are going to feel very different to the past 4 weeks when the Sun was moving through Pisces. Of course, Aries is a sign that is ruled by Mars, and it is a fire sign. So here we have the fire sign of Mars. We have the day sign of Mars, if you like. So we have this real heat, this activity, this desire to take action and move forward being amplified. So you can generally expect to be more assertive or restless to create progress in the next few weeks as the Sun moves through Aries. There's a lot of heat astrologically here. The Sun is a hot planet and it's in a hot sign. And heat is activating and stimulating, according to the ideas about qualities, which feeds into temperaments, which is a chat for another day. So with the Sun, which is generally intrinsically a hot planet coming into a hot sign, we're going to get more heat. And some of the symbols in astrology are associated with the Northern Hemisphere seasons, and it's around this time of year that we start to get the temperatures increasing in the Northern Hemisphere. So symbolically, that quality of increasing heat, that idea of quickening towards a goal, an action, the idea of doing something. You know, when we're going to do something, some of us do it really quickly, some of us have to warm up to it, but we're all getting faster and getting closer towards action taking and setting new plans or projects into motion. The Sun in Aries can be quite assertive. It also represents a quality of self-belief or self-trust, like self-confidence perhaps, where you have that intrinsic quality of why not me? Why couldn't I try this? Or why shouldn't I have a go? And so the Sun in Aries can help us get closer to or connect with that idea of self-belief or self-trust, you know, backing yourself, having a go. So there's some great qualities we can get out of the Sun in Aries. Of course, not most planet sign combinations also have a few cons to watch out for. And the kind of restless, burning heat of the Sun in Aries can be so impatient that it can take action in a premature way, or it might be pushing or forcing a situation before it's ready. So we do have to watch out for that when the Sun is in Aries. But generally speaking, this change with the Sun from moving from Pisces into Aries would be considered an improvement, because the Sun is moving out of a sign where it's kind of peregrine and doesn't have any special strength or extra gift, and into a sign where it is in exaltation, which is a real strengthening placement. In terms of how this might relate to you personally, have a think about your own personal birth chart and think about where you have the sign of Aries, what house it's on the cusp of, and then think about the topics of your personal Aries house and see if you could step into a leadership or a role of initiation around those topics. Basically, how could you take action to get something done that is in line with what you want around the topics of your Aries house over these next 4 weeks? So the sun coming into Aries, adding heat and stimulating energy and activity, going to perhaps provide a little bit more support for each of us to step into that kind of internal place of sovereignty, like connecting with the inner leader within, so that you can take charge, not in an arrogant, controlling kind of way, but that you can certainly make sure you've got your hands on the steering wheel, so to speak, that you're involved in plans and projects and activities and undertakings that are of interest to you or that serve your personal growth in some capacity. So there's less people pleasing here with the sun in Aries, and it's more about staying true to what matters to you. So hopefully that helps you take advantage of the sun in Aries over the next few weeks. There's so much more we could say on that, but just to give you an intro to one of the planets changing signs this week, there is actually another planet changing signs this week. There's also a few aspects forming by the sun before it gets into Aries. So if you do want more info about every aspect happening each week and every month, pop over and check out my monthly astrology guide. It's a subscription-only service where I create exclusive video content covering every aspect, every new moon, every full moon, every planet changing signs, a little bit like this, but more. So if you'd like more about the astrology of this week or of the month ahead, I hope you'll join us in the monthly astrology guide. So that's it from me for this particular week, team. I hope you enjoy the boost in energy and confidence that the sun in Aries can bring, and that you take action to improve the Aries part of your chart in at least one way in the 4 weeks that is Aries season. I'll be back again soon with the next installment of this Aspect of the Week series. Until then, team, take care.